Good morning, afternoon, evening, everybody watching this video. Now, in the future, next week, you guys get the idea. Today, we're going to be ranking championship belts from pro wrestling. So, championship belts are synonymous with pro wrestling. They've even kind of sprung up in pop culture. I know WWE sends one of these belts whenever a major championship is won, Super Bowl, the World Series, whatever. They mail one of these championships to the winning team. So they've kind of sprung up in pop culture as well, not just in pro wrestling itself. So we're going to rank these belts. These are most, if not all, of the current belts being used in the major companies of the world. These are belts from WWE, the biggest company in the world, of course. AEW, a new American company. Ring of Honor and NWA, both been around for a long time. Also from New Japan, which is a Japanese company, of course, and from AAA. I think there's a AAA belt in here too, which is a Mexican promotion. Oh, and Impact Wrestling, which has been around. Yeah, so there's the AAA title here. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to start with the United States Championship. Now, this is actually the old United States title. This ranking does not have the new one updated, though, but I think this one actually looks better than the new one. I'm going to go ahead and rank this one B tier. I think this perfectly captures what a United States Championship should look like. For a long time, it was the longest, tenured belt in WWE. They used this one, just for a long, long time. Next, we have the All Elite Wrestling World Championship. I think this one is S tier. I think it's fantastic. I think it could be a little bit better if it was a little rounder and not as kind of ovally. But the amount of gold and colors on it, not colors, designs on it, just make it look fantastic. So I think that's an S tier belt. The Never Six-Man tag. This is the trios tag titles from New Japan. I think these are great. They're very simple, but I think they're good. They say Never on them, which is the sub promotion that they were originally from. I think they're good. The AEW tag belts are great. I'd say A tier. They perfectly capture what a tag belt should be. I don't think they're my favorite tag belts of all time, but they are pretty good. Next, we have three different TNT titles here. So the TNT title is the secondary championship in AEW. For this one here, the red one, I'm going to say this one is B tier. I think it's fine. But I definitely think there's better versions of it and worse versions. The AEW women's title, I'm sorry, but I don't like it that much. I think it looks far too small. When shown like this, it does look good. Like Britt Baker just won the title and it looks great on her. It looked good on Hikaru Shida, but like Nyla Rose, when she had it, she's a bigger woman, so it didn't look very good on her. I don't know. Maybe it's the size of the leather around it. Maybe if it was rounder, I'd like it better. I'm not sure how they could make it better, but yeah. The Divas title, I hate the name of it, but I actually think it looks good. I like the silver and pink. I like it when championship belts use colors that are not used very often. So yeah, I actually do like the colors. I think it's a B tier championship. I'm not a fan of the new Intercontinental title. I think it looks better than the AEW Women's, but this is the new Intercontinental Championship from WWE. The IWGP Intercontinental Championship, so this is New Japan's Intercontinental Championship, I think is very, very good. I love the white strap that they went with for, I believe, its entire tenure. This is the new IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. This is the combination of this one and this one up here. So when they unified those belts, this is the new one. And I like the uniqueness of it, but I actually just don't like the design as much. Because I'm going to put the IWGP belt all the way up here because I think that is fantastic. I think that is one of the best belts in the world. And for it not to be around and for this to be the replacement, not as happy about that. Next, we have the IWGP. I believe this is the junior heavyweight belt. It's a little hard to see. I think it's A tier. It's very good. Not much else to say that. The IWGP Junior Tag Belts and the World Tag Belts. They're very, very simple, but they've been around so long that the simple works, I think. The IWGP United States belt. So all these IWGP are from Japan. I think the United States Championship from over there. It's defended over here a lot in their American sections of their promotion, which is a little confusing if you've never heard of them, but it's okay. I think that's a great belt. Next, we have the Never Openweight. I think the Never Openweight is an A-tier belt. It looks better than the 6-man. The red looks great, but it should, because this is the singles title for this sub-promotion, which is not really a sub-promotion anymore. But yeah, I like the Never Openweight belt. I also like the TNT Championship. This is the updated version of it. Not the current version. They do not have the current version on here. The belt's been updated. Basically, for every champion that held the title for any length of time got the belt updated. So I like this. This was my favorite version of the belt that is on this list. Next, we have the North American title, and I love this design right here. The plate on this design is fantastic. The thing I don't like about the belt is how wide it is. So unlike most of these belts that taper out and become smaller as they wrap around somebody's waist, this one is just the same length. So it just looks like a cummerbund around the waist of especially smaller guys. It just doesn't look good on. So even though I absolutely love this center plate, the North American title, it just doesn't work for me. This is the NWA United States Championship. I love the design, but it just hasn't aged well. There's just a lot of empty space here. I wish they had just put this on a back plate, similar to how the North American title is. If they just put this on a back plate, I think it would have looked a lot better. The NWA World Championship is a classic title. It looks fantastic. Part of this might be nostalgia and just, looking at it, though. I'm going to put it in A tier for now, but I might move this up, honestly. It's a great championship. This is the NWA. Is this the tag belt? This is the television. This is the women's. I believe this is the NWA Tag Team Championships. They do not look that great. I know NWA does a lot of throwbacks, but some of them just haven't aged as well. The NWA television, I think, is good. It's a good belt. And the NWA women's, I like. I like how they put the picture of the woman on them. It's very, very unique. And I like all the colors and everything. NWA is a throwback in almost everything they do because it's a company that's been around for the better part of a century. So this is where I put their titles, I think. I think the women's is better than the television, which is better than the tag, which is better than the United States title. Next, we have the NXT Championship, which I think is fantastic. I'm a big, big fan of that NXT Championship. Next, we have the Nxt Tag Team Championships, which I am also a big fan of. I think they're fantastic. The NXT United Kingdom Tag Team Championships. So this is the English version of the promotion. I think it's C tier. They're fine. The NXT UK Women's title. So I got to make sure I'm getting all these iterations right. WWE likes to make multiple ones of their titles look very similar, which sometimes is good and sometimes is not good. I think this is a S tier title. We might end up with a lot of S tiers. Some people are super, super picky about their championships. I'm not. So I guess this will be less fun of a video, but hopefully we'll get in a couple more down here. I like the NXT. You know what? Let's go ahead and add then. Let's add a rank above this. Let's add another rank, and we'll call it S+. So we'll add row above. We're doing this live, guys. Let's add this rank because we're going to need it. We are going to need it. This will be our S+ rank, all right? So I think AW, IWGP, and IWGP US are going to be in that S+ rank. The NXT titles are so fantastic. I think I put the tag up here too. I love that Tag Team Championship. It's so great. So the NXT Women's is going to be here too. And I guess there's a couple more to get down the line. Okay, so this is our ranking. So that's S tier. This is A tier. Because I definitely think these are better than the Intercontinental, which I love, though. It's better than the AEW. It's better than the AEW, or the New Japan Junior. It's better than the Never. Better than the TNT. I'm going to put the NWA up there. There we go. Okay. Next, we have the Ring of Honor Championships. Now, we have the television, the world, and the tag team. Now, my criticism with Ring of Honor is that a lot of their belts look very, very similar to each other. And I think that takes away from the championships a little. So the television title, I think, is B tier. It's fine. And I'd go ahead and say the tag team title is the same. The world title, I guess I'm just a sucker for big gold belts. Just like the IWGP, AEW. I don't think this one looks quite as good, but I do think it looks excellent. So we're going to go ahead and put that in S tier. The original TNT belt with the red and silver, this one was not done when they debuted it. Due to the pandemic, they could not get it done in time that they needed it for TV. So they did this, and this one ended up being broken and replaced with this one. Yeah. This is what it was supposed to look like, and I think it's a B tier title, but the original, not too great. Next, we have the big gold belt, which is not being used anymore, and it is a damn shame because that is a fantastic, fantastic championship. Absolutely classic looking. Next, we have the Women of Honor Championship, so Ring of Honor Women's Division. I think it's C tier. It's fine. Doesn't blow me away. Now we're getting back into some WWE titles. We have the WWE Championship. I think it's good. When they debuted it, I thought it looked very, very clean. It's fantastic branding for WWE. When they send this belt everywhere, they send it, to the Super Bowl champions with their logos on the side, and obviously the big WWE there. You know exactly where it's from. So I like that belt. I know a lot of people don't, but I like that one. This Intercontinental Championship is fantastic. So this is the old version of the belt, which was replaced with this one. And in fact, this is also the original version of the belt. So this was both the first and third design of the belt. They brought it back at one point. So yeah, that's an S tier. I think that's fantastic. I am not a big fan as we're getting into here. I want to move this over. So we have the Raw women's and the SmackDown women's. I am not a big fan of them doing that. I mean, I like the backplate being the colors, but I just wish the belts just were more different, I guess. I don't know. I mean, do we put them here? I guess we put them in B tier. We put the Universal down here, though. Because I hate that this is just the same title as this, but a different strap. Which was just so obvious when they released it that they wanted to do that. I like how the women's titles do it better with the different colored back plates. And the different colored... Yeah, the back plates, I guess. So that is better. I hate the blue strap on this belt. I hated the red strap when that was out. I mean, I thought it was neat, but I didn't like it being the exact same thing as this belt. I wish they just kept the big gold belt. Like, just keep the big gold belts, and have these two, because it's a classic. So that's D tier. The old women's title is also D tier. It's fine looking, but it's very simple. I'm glad they updated it with these. Next, we have the Tag Team Championships. The original Tag Team Championships in bronze, I actually really, really like. I thought it was very cool to have a title in bronze, because I don't think any of these other belts are really in bronze. Don't really see that. So I think it's a B tier title. It's good. When they updated them for Raw and SmackDown, so you have the Raw and the SmackDown, it's the same type of thing as the women's title. Like, it's a neat idea, and I like that they went with silver instead of bronze, but I just don't like how WWE has treated their titles at times. There's a lot more I could say about it, but I guess I put this up in A tier because I do like that. I definitely like this more than these. These look like toys a little bit, but I do like them, though. So I guess B tier. The NXT UK title is probably my favorite NXT, or my favorite WWE singles title, I'd say. That's currently being used. So I'm going to put that up there. Next we have they do have the new United States Championship. So this is the old United States Championship right here. I'm not a fan of the new United States Championship. I get what they were going for, but less gold maybe? There's no blue on the front. The blue's on the side, I think. But I don't know. It says champion, but then the N is really big, which looks weird. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of that one. I wish they would have written United States bigger than champion. The Women's Tag Team Championships in WWE, I think, look excellent. Definitely an A-tier belt. They are easily on par with anything else in this category, I think. I don't think they're quite as good as these ones up here, but they're really, really good. The Aaa Mega Title is a B-tier championship. I like it. I like how different it looks. It looks very different from a lot of American titles. You have kind of the Aztec Mexican designs on it, but it's not going to be S tier for me, but I think it's B tier. I think it's good. And lastly, we're going to be rounding out our list with the Impact titles. Now, Impact Wrestling used to be a company called TNA, and their tag titles, I think, are B tier. I like those. Is that the women's tag title? No, that's the regular tag titles. They also have a women's tag titles, but I guess those are not on here. Or are they? The fact that I can't tell which titles is which should show you that they might have a problem. Like, this is the world title, which doesn't look that great. And I think this is the women's. I don't know. I'm putting these down here. They just aren't that great. The X Division title is the best looking of the titles. But I think it's only B tier. I'm going to move the tag team titles down here. The old TNA title looked fantastic. Like, that's an A-tier championship right there. I actually like it on the black strap better. If it was on the black strap, I might put it here. But, yeah, like, I get that they're called Impact Wrestling now, but I just feel like these new titles are such a step down from this one. But maybe I'm just a sucker for big gold belts. I don't know. All right. That's it, guys. This has been Wrestling Championships. That was a lot more in-depth than I thought it was going to be. I like this tier list. We had to add a new tier at the top, so our S tier, our S plus tier ends up being AW World Championship, the IWGP World Championship, the IWGP United States Championship, the Nxt Tag Team Championships, the Big Gold Belt, and the NXT United Kingdom World Championship. With, as you can see, the rest of them here. Our F tier down here is our NWA United States Championship, the original AWTNT title, and the Impact Wrestling women's title. At least I think that's the women's. Again, the fact that I can't tell, probably an issue. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below if you have an opinion. And there will be another tier list up tomorrow at noon. With that, this has been the guy that makes random tier lists, signing off.